Hello, hello. How is everybody?
Hello.
Thank
Yeah.
you
Hey.
for joining us on an episode of Melanin and Manga.
Hell
Today
yeah.
we are going to do one entitled 10 Before the End, where we go over 10 or more books, because we have to be extra,
Uh-huh.
um, involving which books we would like to read before the end of the year. So,
Well, to be honest, like there's different ways to read. You see what I'm saying? Like enjoy a
yes.
book. So how could you just do 10 in like one
Right,
way? So you guys are gonna see examples of certain ways to,
yeah,
because Indra reads a totally different way than I read and take
right,
in books. So yeah.
right. So we're
So we needed
giving
more
you,
than 10.
yeah, we had to. um, and then like if you're like me, like first of all, I know I'm not going to get these 10 read before
Fucking
then.
cry.
I'm just being honest. So I picked books that I don't even like. Some of them I've read, but the majority
Hmm.
of them, actually maybe like one I've read. The majority of them I don't even have. So they're
Swamp
more like
swamp.
books that I hope to buy before the
That
end of the
part.
year and then get started
Okay.
on.
Right. Love it. Love it.
So there's still 10 before the end. It's just hopefully I'll have those 10 before the end of the year and then I can start.
It wouldn't be us without all these stipulations. Like when I hit enter up, I was like, this is simple. Like we'll do just the 10, pick out 10 books. It doesn't matter. Make them up. I don't give a shit. And then here we come. And I was like, oh no, I need like 10 audios. And then no, I need
Yeah.
10. No, okay. And then she was
She
like,
was
oh,
like,
are we
are we
doing? I
just
was like,
doing
yes.
manga or are we doing books or are we
Yeah.
doing
I was
yeah.
like, we do whatever we want. So this is our spin on it. Okay.
I mean it's
So
worked for us so far, so
fuck it. Won awards and shit for it.
we do what we want.
Yep.
Okay, so I think the way that we are going to do this is we're going to kind of go back and forth. So I'm going to show a
Hmm.
couple, and then Sheena will show a couple of hers, and then we'll bounce it back to me again and just do like that
Yep.
until we're finished. So I'm going to
Nice.
start with mine. So my first one is, and yes, I did take a screenshot off of my webtoons.
Don't do
App.
us.
Don't come for me.
Don't don't
Um,
come for us.
so my first one is Tower of God. I absolutely freaking, and this is like the only series that I said that I had in mind that I've read. I
Okay.
freaking
Okay.
love this series. It
Okay.
has been out for, I don't know, like maybe quite a few years now, I want to say, because we're in what, 2024? Yeah, so it's been
Hmm.
out for a while. But I started it like early on and I freaking fell in love with it.
Oh
So
my goodness. Well,
my
2 billion people have seen. 1 billion people have seen us. four
yeah.
million people. Fucking. This is legit. Okay.
Yeah. So they made, he's been out. They made because it was so popular, they
Hmm.
made anime from it, which I
Oh
feel like
shit.
doesn't happen much with manhwa.
No
I could be
doubt.
wrong,
Yeah.
but um yeah, I was super excited when the anime for it came out. I
They
was like,
usually just
what?
get
I get to
books, right?
see it.
Like they actually
And
put them in print
yeah,
versus like an anime. So that's a big deal. Yeah.
yes,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah. And like you said, they actually put it in like a graphic novel format
Hmm.
because the manhwa, when they do it in print, it's in color.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not like how Japanese manga
Right.
where
And
they're like,
fucking expensive too.
yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
expensive
they're like
too.
$20 a pop. Like
Yeah,
what?
$24. The last one I just bought was $24. But
That
they're
is
worth
not,
it. So, if you
it
really
really
like
is.
it and and you want to support them, then it's absolutely worth it. So
It
yeah.
really
All
is.
right. So tell us
Right?
about it.
Okay, so Tower of God, you follow the main character, the one with the brown hair and the gold
Okay.
eyes. His
Okay.
name is Bam. So he enters into this tower. He has no clue how. He just kind of appears there. And he's known as an irregular, which is someone who is
Okay.
not born into the tower and someone who can pretty much like turn everything on its head.
Oh, okay.
And the one person who has the power of defeating the god of the tower, which is Prince Jihad, I think is what his name is.
Okay.
So anyway, so he meets this girl named Rachel, who is a hardcore bitch. I hate her. I hope she dies.
Eh,
Um, he meets him kind of like his savior. Like she takes him in, teaches him, like the way of the tower. She fills his head with all these sweet, like pretty things,
Uh-huh.
and then abandons him and leaves him, so she can ascend the tower to go see the stars, right? Because they've never seen the stars before, and so he
Okay.
following after her, which should be impossible for him. Um, but he opens it up and he takes his test and then he's able to follow on. But he does like these like super cool, like miraculous kind of things as far as like his powers and stuff. He
Okay.
meets tons of people that like love him and want to protect him and want to fight to like keep their group together. It's super, super good. So I am on like 300 something. I was going to see
Oh
if I can.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a lot. I'm going to see if I can find the pull it up real quick. So my goal is to get caught up uh,
Okay.
to where caught up to to the latest episode. So I'm on number. Oh no, I'm lying. It's not 300. I was like thinking I was doing. No, I'm not lying. Okay. So it's number 567
Oh, okay.
is the one that I'm on. I'm on episode 3, or season 3, episode 150. But
Okay.
I've read 567 total. So,
Damn. That's dope.
and so I need to get to
Oh,
642.
you're not that far behind. You're good.
No.
Once you
So I
get
think
into it, you're just like that's how
it
webtoons are.
is,
You're just like boom,
girl,
boom, boom.
it
Like,
is so
yeah.
good. And then I was super excited because when I was like putting this together, and I promise I'll be done after this. I'm so long winded. I'm
No,
so
no,
sorry
no.
to Machina and to everybody else out there because this was supposed to be
No, you're
quick.
fine.
But I was so excited because when I was putting it on here, and when I went to go
Uh-huh.
look, I was gonna see if they just happened to add any more to the anime because they
Okay.
did the first season and then it was like a 2 year or something freaking hiatus. I said,
Hiatus.
"What? We kidding?" And then they
Me
finally
with
did.
Comey.
Yeah, they finally did season 2, but it didn't even finish out the arc. And then there were no more. And like 2 years later, which is like now, like the year I'm in now. And so my heart was broken. And I was like, there was no news about getting any more episodes or finishing it out. But I just
Oh
looked
shit.
and there's 2 more that
That's
are
one.
added on there. And they're supposed to be doing another one on the 15th of this month.
Nice.
So God is looking out for me because he knows
Amen.
his child needs it.
Yep. You need. He's all like, let me throw her a little something so she.
Right? I need a little bunny bun. A little
I love it. I love it. Would you buy it if it came out in manga? Like, would you buy this whole
fish. Yeah,
series?
I have it.
Oh, okay, good, good.
I
Love
don't
it.
know if they come out with another one, but the one that they did come out with, I have it. And I found it on a freaking, it was like bargain price at like Books a Million for like $3.97. I said,
What?
why? Because this is not a bargain book, but I'm going to take
That
it.
part. I'm a bitch about it, but I'm gonna
Yes.
scoop this up.
How dare you? That's like blasphemy. You can have my book for
Mm-hmm.
$3.97. The audacity.
Right.
But I
Love
got
it.
it. Okay, so we'll
I'm
do
happy
yours.
for you. Okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you. So I put like a bunch on one slide. Okay. So I'll try to be quick about it.
Bring your
So
gun.
these are like some holiday ones that I really like. These are actually all audiobooks. I do a lot of audiobooks. For those who don't know, I always need an audiobook in my ear so I can like deal with the world. So these are some of the holiday ones to kind of get into the spirit. And the first one is a little cute little BL book. It's called
Mm,
The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's kind of like enemies to lovers. You know, you have they actually are the actual holidays. So you have the boy that's supposed to grow up to be Santa, and then you have the boy that is part of Halloween, and it's so cute. Like I've heard like little snippets of it, and it just
yeah.
sounds so damn cute. So it's like enemies to lovers, like fake dating, all the stuff that I love. You know, the boys, the fake dating, all those little tropes that I love.
I love
Then
it.
I've never read a book or listened to a book by the author Sarah. So this will be my first time with her. So I'll see how it turns out. Then the next one, I've actually read like all of her books. This Ashley Blake. I love the way she writes, and she writes a bunch of queer books. So this
Hmm.
is Make the Season Bright. This is like second chance love, if
Okay.
I understood it right, I guess. So I'm excited to do that one. Trick Shot is obviously you see, it's they're probably like all on the naughty list, so
Hey, I'm okay with it.
that part. And then Holidays. This is like kind of like Grumpy Sunshine.
Hmm.
I don't want to say like enemies to lovers, but maybe like that. And fake dating again. So I was like, hell yeah, sign me up. And then look, this cute black girl, interracial couple,
Yes.
love it, love it. And then Let Your Heart Be Light. That is another rom com, like small town romance type shit. Like how the Hallmark
Girl, but
movies,
why is
but
it giving me monster boyfriend
hella gay.
feels? Because he looks like a straight up werewolf, and I'm not hating
Thank
that.
you.
I mean,
I
I
know.
know he's not, but but yes, please.
Yes. So yeah, I'm very excited to listen. Like I said, I've only listened to Ashley Blake's books, but I'm
Mhm.
excited to get to know these other ones. And I believe that a lot of these that I saw, like The Nightmare Before Christmas, Trick Shot, and Holidays. Oh wait, no,
Mhm.
not Holidays because that's just Audible. But the other three at the top you could find on Hoopla or Libby because that's where I found them at,
Yeah,
and you can listen to them for free.
that's
So yeah,
awesome. I love that.
yeah. So
Dude, I
okay,
love that.
your turn,
Awesome.
Inja.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go to my next one.
Bitch,
Um,
let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
uh, yeah. So this is part of the Ruinous trilogy, right? Is that what its name? Is that
It's
what they
part of
call it?
the
Ruinous?
please, yeah, please let this
Yeah.
really happen to me in real life. Serious.
So this is the third installment, Scythe and Sparrow, of the
Hell
trilogy. It's
yeah.
the last book in the trilogy. The first one starts with Butcher and Blackbird. If you have not read
Mm,
it, you suck at life and are missing out, so you should go
yeah.
grab it.
And then Leather and Lark.
Yes.
Lark, period. That's my bitch right there, okay?
So you're gonna
The
kill me
second
because
one.
I haven't read Leather and March.
Oh my god, you're gonna love it. Love it.
Yes,
So
so
yeah.
I'm excited about that. So, like I said, I know this is supposed to be 10 before the end, like the 10 books you're supposed to read before the end of the year. This hasn't even come out
But
yet. So, my goal is to
you're
pre-order it before
pre-order
the
it.
end of the year. Yes.
So technically it's already yours, okay?
Yes, pretty much. So,
Okay, so these are some more audiobooks that I would love to hear in my ear. So the first one is by Lauren Blakely, and the last one is by Lauren Blakely too. She does a really good job at doing a lot of romance, like sports. She's done more than just like hockey romance. She's done baseball. I've heard her do soccer before, so um, I don't know what these two are about. All I saw that Teddy Hamilton was going to be narrating it. So I was like, add to fucking card, bitch. Okay.
so do
So,
you have
oh,
do you have favorite narrators or favorite voice actors
mm-hmm,
for the audibles that you
uh-huh.
do? A lot of them, like books that you listen to, do you have a lot of the same ones do other books?
Yes.
Have you read?
Yeah.
Okay,
So a lot of
nice.
them, like if they're popular, then they will reuse, they'll like recycle them through other books, to
Nice.
bring other people. And that's good because sometimes it sucks when you get audio and you don't connect with the person that's
Yeah,
reading it. So,
yeah.
it's nice that they sometimes use the people that you already know, even if it's
Mhm.
like the same voice, like it feels familiar and you know that you like it. And Teddy Hamilton is my boy. If you ever listen to Haunting Adeline, he's Zabe.
I haven't, but yes, I'm
Okay.
assuming it's to the book.
So
But
him, he makes me melt. Jacob Morgan, that's my boy. The girl
oh,
that does the Peter Pan books, the Lost Boy series, the chick on there, I
yeah.
can't remember her name, and I'm sorry, girl. She makes your fucking panties melt when she does a man's voice. Nigga. Okay.
Oh
So,
man.
and then Elizabeth Evans, that was the very first person that I listened to and absolutely loved. So, a lot of these books, you'll see Jacob Morgan, Teddy Hamilton, Shane West. He does a lot of them too. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'll definitely like if I see them, I'll definitely give it a chance. So these are just
Okay.
basically like just like little rom coms, like this one in the middle with the blue dude and the girl. This is like this big
Yes.
ass series by Ruby Dixon. If anybody's ever heard of the Ice Planet Barbarians, it's like a spinoff. from that series. So it's just basically like himbo aliens loving women that were taken from Earth and was like used for slavery and stuff like that.
Mm.
So and then they are they are released from that and everything, and they're just trying to like find life and everything. So it's like, you know, you find your mate and everything like that. Uh,
Oh,
Double Pucked. That's another one by Lauren Blake. I just realized that. So she writes under two different names. She writes under two different names, L. Blakely and then Lauren Blakely for whatever reason. So, and that other one right there, Double Puck, that's one of her MMF hockey romances. I listened to the first one. It's pretty good, but this
mhm.
one, girl, this one's gonna fucking ruin me because it's a duet with Teddy Hamilton and Jacob Morgan. Now the duets mean like they talk to each other instead of like them
Mm.
taking like a whole section and just talking and using all the voices. Like it's like people talking to each other. Girl, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Oh,
I'm gonna
wow.
lose my mind.
So you need to read that when you don't have to work,
I'm gonna end up
or
dropping
even take an
shit. My
extended
son's gonna be
bathroom
like,
break,
"Mom, what are you doing?" I'm like, "This is mom."
right?
And then getting his game back. It's just a cute little rom com, like Grumpy Sunshine, like divorcee.
Mm.
And then he meets this black girl that kind of like changes his life, like who does,
As all Black
what
women
we do.
do.
Yep,
Same.
for the best, right? So yeah, so I'm excited to listen to all of these. So yeah, okay,
Okay. What's
now it's
did
your
you do
turn.
the one time only?
Yeah, so those are all three are more like the one time only. I'm not too sure what goes on. Pretty much, probably like I think one of them is like one night stand. So the one time only is like they meet one night stand, but it turns into something else. And then these
Okay.
hopeless romantics, I believe that it's like best friends like falling in love with each other. So
Okay.
yeah,
Ooh.
all right,
All right.
all right. You do a
Okay. So,
couple, Inja. Let's go. I'm
okay.
already reading this right now.
Girl, wait. What are
Yeah.
you?
You remember
Okay.
I kept telling I was like, dude, nobody's talking about this fucking series and I'm glad
Yeah.
that you brought it up, Angel. Let's go.
Well, I remember you. It was one we did before. I think you had mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned it or showed it or something, and I was like, and it was you had already talked to me about 10 before the end or had asked about it, and so that was one of
Mm-hmm.
the ones that I found on there, and I don't even think that I had said
Nice.
anything to you about it. No, because I haven't told you about what my list is at
No, no, no.
all. So
No, no. That's why
when
I'm
I heard
excited
you
to see your
mention
list.
that, I was so excited. I was like, Sheena is like talking about one that I have on my
Hell yeah.
list.
I love it. I love it.
So this one is like set in like a dystopian
Mm-hmm.
post-apocalyptic world or whatever. So these humans have been presented with a way to quote unquote save humanity by turning people into plants to help to produce a little bit of oxygen in order
Yeah.
for them to survive, because they are in dire straits at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know if this is how you say his name, but we're gonna butcher it. Kamiya is faced with the dilemma to he can either save his family or save himself.
Mm-hmm.
He is having to take care of his mom, who is very sick, and he is having a hard time with making ends meet, with being able to afford her medication and food for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
um, just living in general.
Yep.
So he toys with the notion of um, just ending it and becoming the I can't remember what the name was for it, but like
It's like florization or something like
yeah.
that. I think that's
So
what they call it
he
or some shit like that. Not me reading the book right now and don't
I
remember. So
love
yeah.
it. He is tasked with, or he is kind of toying with that notion of turning into a plant
Mm-hmm.
and just ending it all. And so Sheena would know, I guess, because she's reading it, but I'm kind of curious to see if things are really as black and white in that way as what they're making it. Um,
Mm-mm.
okay, so
You're
I
absolutely
figured it
right.
probably wasn't. And
So
then,
when you definitely get to reading this should be something that should be discussed. I would love to hear your thoughts. It's
okay,
not like you said, you don't know it's that black and white, but it's very dark. It makes you sit back and think about shit, you know? And so
yes,
the thing is with this just a little bit of a spoiler, like people that signed up for the florization,
Mhm.
They're given money. There's some kind of perk. So you sometimes like people are terminally ill and
Mhm.
they only have like a couple of months to live. Well, the fluorization gives you at least 2 years before you become a whole ass tree or a whole ass, plant and everything. And then they
Okay.
give you money for donating your body to let other people live. So
Mhm.
um there are some perks. They got like the glamour, like, oh yeah, and then you're doing good, and you're dying any fucking way, so why don't you do something good,
Right.
like, but at the same time it's not as black and white as it sounds. So I feel
Right.
like this is a sleeper hit. Like, nobody's I haven't heard anybody talk about the series at all, not online,
Yeah.
not nowhere. So
Well, I
you
hadn't
can read
either.
it. Yeah, I seen it on Barnes and Nobles one day, and I turned it around, and I was like, huh. I was like, okay. And then I saw that it's on Shonen Jump, the Viz Weekly. And
Yeah.
Viz Weekly, you could sign up for their subscription, and it's literally $1.99 a month. And you
Oh,
could read
nice.
this whole thing for $1.99 online.
Nice.
So it's only two volumes out right now.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. I
Um.
feel like it's worth picking up. If you like dystopia, like things
Oh
like
yeah.
that, like dark shit like that, then this is definitely a book for you.
Yeah. That was one of those things. Like, first of all, the image caught my attention, and
Mm-hmm.
um, when I read uh like what the plot was supposed to be about or whatever, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, F yeah, like
Hell
I
yeah.
need to see what it's about. But I love things, and this definitely seems like one of those where there's so much gray,
Yeah.
and things are just like, it kind of feels like this, like all hope is lost,
Right.
like the
Right.
MC is like struggling with some really hard,
Mm-hmm.
heavy stuff, and then they kind of I don't know, like, this have to make this choice of like that plays on their ethics, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
uh
No doubt.
so yeah,
No doubt. I
that
cannot wait till you read this, because you like to think things, like you like to pull things apart and look at it, like from another angle and stuff. So it'll be interesting of what you interpret it in this book. So yeah,
okay, I'm
definitely.
excited. We should probably do
Definitely
this
up yours.
for like a first Friday or something one day,
I'm
one
down.
month.
Yeah,
I
I'm
bet.
down.
Okay. And because I haven't read it, so I'm hoping maybe I can get it on break because I have a winter break coming up or
Okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
and read it. So this is the second installment to the Ruinous trilogy, Leather and Lark, that
Mm,
Shanae was talking about. And I just listed on here the tropes uh in this one, which are completely different from the
that's
first
why. I
the
know.
first
Hate to love girl, and the marriage of could be like, the fake dating girl. It had everything. Oh, him falling first. Girl, stop. Ah,
I love the he falls first groveling, but make it psycho.
yep. Oh, Lark is she's something else. I knew, like, when the book first starts, it's Halloween night. And this
Mm,
isn't really a spoiler, but it's Halloween night. She gets her ass in trouble, but she's dressed as Harley Quinn for
love
for
it.
and I was like, this is my bitch right here. I done found her. Okay. So yeah.
I love it. And I loved the little snippets that you get of her in the first installment
Yeah,
too.
yeah, how you and then you remember at the end where he was like, oh, you should go talk to, Lark. And he's like, man, fuck her. You remember he was like so mad. He's like, fuck her, I'm not talking to her.
But then at the end, towards the end,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. Okay, do you want me to go back to yours or do you want me to do
No, no,
another
no.
one?
You go. You go.
Okay, alrighty. So here's
Oh,
another one. Isn't it so cute? I love the
so
colors and
cute. She looks
everything.
bad as fuck though. She looks bad as fuck. It's
So
not.
this is you and I are polar opposites. It's another manga. Um, so it's an energetic girl who follows the crowd, meets a quiet boy who speaks his mind, and those two
Okay.
so good
He
together.
looks like he's straight up. Like,
Dude, Tony, doesn't he? I love it. And she's like surrounded by all the I love it. She's like the little cuddly stuff, I feel like, and he's like that little cat
Yeah,
that's
she
like,
looks like she don't listen either. Like he says something,
right?
she's like, just like what you call it from I went to eat your pancreas. Remember how she was like,
Yes,
just
yes.
wouldn't even listen to him, and she's like, no, we're gonna do this, and he's like, what the fuck, girl? Like, yeah,
I
I feel like
bet he's
that's them.
just like that, except like
Yeah,
funny, like
right.
more comedy. Because
Please,
it's
Lord.
supposed to be a rom com, so I'm excited about that. I guess
Mm,
they'll have like all kind of silly adventures and stuff. So this
cute.
is another one I want to get. And I think actually I may be wrong. I can't remember if they're making an anime of this one.
Oh my goodness, so cute.
I can't remember. Either they are or they have. I can't remember.
Okay,
Um, and then this
there's your
one.
book.
I read
Yeah.
volume one and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get volume two, but it's been living rent free in my head. And I need to. I have a commitment issue problem. So, yeah. So this is still the Celestial Shadows. The first one
Mm-hmm.
was it Blades? First, no, it was the same. I'm crazy.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're following a samurai who can't wield a sword because there's like this aversion to metal. Like metal doesn't
Okay.
like him. So like when he can't even really pick it up. When he tries, it like bends and goes every which way. So he can't make it as a samurai pretty much and gets made fun of. And like the townspeople all give him a hard time. He can't find work. His life is really miserable. Well, he ends up meeting this woman, meets him, agrees to marry him, and he's like pretty
Mm-hmm.
much like the catch. And he kind of treats her awfully, but then he's like deep down like develops these feelings of like kind of wanting to protect her.
Okay.
So they end up starting to bond, um, and he comes to start opening himself up to her, and like the thoughts he has towards her and about her start to change, and then she
Okay.
gets kidnapped. And so
And then
it's
she gets
so
what?
sweet because she
Kidnapped?
gets kidnapped, yeah, at the
Okay.
end of the first one. But it's really sweet because she pretty much the whole time is like speaking like love and like life into
Okay.
him. Um, and is like trying to like show him like there are like things about himself because she knows like how special he actually really is.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, he ends up getting kidnapped, or she gets kidnapped by a sorcerer, and he has this curse put on him to where he forgets who she is.
Oh shit.
So now he's like going through life, not even
But he
remembering
feels it though, right?
his wife.
He still
Yeah,
feels it. Okay.
yeah.
Like something's missing, like something's not right. Like, okay.
So he in this one apparently he meets up with oh, I don't know why I'm blanking on the word. It'll come to me later, but he
Okay.
meets up with someone who restores his memory or can
Okay.
restore his memory. So
Okay.
I think that's what the second volume is about. So I really, really want the art in this is
Look
effing
at the cover.
beautiful.
Look at the
It
fucking
is
color
so
cover.
beautiful. Yeah,
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
it's so beautiful. So we'll go to my Sheena again.
Oh Lord. Okay. So here we go. And you can see there's a pattern with me. Okay. So we have sanctified. So
Okay.
this is giving like Constantine. You have this guy that can do has these powers.
Mhm.
He has been through some really traumatic shit. Like he's an exorcist, and he's been through some really traumatic shit. He's lost like the people that he's really close to and everything, and he's just like a loner, you know. But he can go to like crime scenes and everything, and
Yeah.
um, it unfolds. Like especially if there's like some demonic stuff that's happened there, and he can figure out what happened. Well, there's this big ass case that's going around. Like families are being killed. They're all connected to each other, and the police sign that dude, the blonde dude, he's a cop and he signs him up with them. So they team up and
Okay.
they're trying to break this big ass case that has like demonic shit around it and everything. And the blonde hair guy is like totally fucking obsessed with him. Like he thinks like really dark things and dark like it, he's trying to like keep himself together around him, you know. So it's like this, you know, this MM like paranormal Oh, the art in it's so beautiful, girl. Like especially the first cover of it. Oh my god! Like
Mhm.
there's points like where they're looking at each other. You know, like you get the big splash pages and everything. So I read number one. This is number two. So number two just came out. So I will be reading that when I have time. Killing Stalking. Jesus Lord. Here we go. So this is
Oh,
the
is
last
this good?
volume.
'Cause I know.
This, you know what? Fuck who says this is not good. This series is good. Okay, so
Okay.
this manga follows these two dudes, and I understood like I can hear both sides. Like a lot of MM and BL are like just queer books in general are just fucking tragic.
Yeah.
Like you always have to have like this tragic shit, and there's something about like people that write, especially like yaoi and stuff like that. They feel like this has to be like these big traumatic moments to happen. But this is not BL. This is if you like stuff like serial killers, shit like that,
Yeah.
then you'll like this. And it just happens to be around two dudes. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with like so
Is
and
this a
that's fine for
manga,
me.
Shima, or is it?
Yeah, this is a manga. Yes,
Okay.
so you
I
can read it
thought.
online, but you could just buy the books. Like it's better to buy the books because the manga online. I don't know where to find it. Like how other people are finding it. Like probably cheaper. I don't know all the tricks and trades, but I have all the books and I absolutely love them. So
Okay.
you get to meet this guy named Bum, and his life is it's just all around shitty, right? So he meets this guy. He's meets this other guy named Sung Woo, and Sung Woo's like everything. You know, he's like cute, he's popular. You know, he's got his shit together. He looks like he's got his shit together, and Bum just becomes obsessed with him. So he does what any guy would do. You know, you break into his house and sniff around, sniff his clothes. You know, just show him that you care. You know,
That's how you get to know a person.
yeah. So he breaks into his house and he does all that, only to be fucking um fucking hit in the head by Sungwoo, and Sungwoo puts his ass in the basement,
Oh
and
my
he's got
god.
dead bodies down in the basement.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
So you get to follow these two in this fucked up psychological thriller because that's what it is. So this is the last book to the installment, and I hate it that they make me care about these two. So I'm just like, oh my god, like you want them to get caught because they're horrible, and then you're like,
Yeah,
no,
but you're
they're
rooting
horrible for
for
these
them.
reasons. Yes, yes.
Dude.
So I got the girls at work reading it. I brought it
Mhm.
to them. I was like, can you read this? So and it's really fucked up, but can you just read it, And like, so we're all waiting. I told them the game build plan. I said, it comes out Tuesday. I read it Tuesday. I bring it to you Wednesday. One of you other ones read it. Then you pass it off to the other one. Then we talk about
Oh
it
my
on
god.
Saturday. That's the plan.
Not you having a whole schedule set up.
So we are very excited about this book. Killing Stalking is my shit. Don't come for me while you guys are out here entertaining Jinx. Next up, we have the girl, a guy she was
I
interested
need to
in
get
that wasn't a
it.
guy at all. Inja, you need to get this book.
I need to get it.
This is
I need
your
to,
shit. This is right
I
up your
need,
alley. This is
is
a
it a DL? Is it a
yeah. It's a GL. It's so
yeah.
cute. So I think
I
these
love
two girls
Yuri.
go to school.
Huh?
Yes, this is yeah. I know you love Yuri. This one is really like slow burn. She works from what I understand, she works the dark hair girl. She works at a music like a music record store, and the blonde girl comes in and she sees her, but she thinks she's a guy. So
Yeah.
she's like totally crushing on him. They're in the same class. They have a class together. They sit right next to each other, and she doesn't realize that that's her. And so, because she's hella quiet at school and stuff
Yeah.
like that, so so they they get to know each other over music,
Hmm.
but she thinks he's a guy. So when they're texting and talking, when he comes into the shop, it's a guy, but at school she's like totally like, oh my god, like freaking out. Don't please don't talk to me, like like so she's not very confident in her
Okay.
ways. So you're gonna love this.
Uh,
I saw previews of it at one of the Comic Cons, I think, or something like this. It's like their debut into and it's like a hit over there. So in
love
Japan,
it.
like this is really big. So I was so happy when this came out. I was like, when I saw this, I was like, this is so Inja. She needs this book so bad.
I
So
do. I do. Yay, love it.
And then I need to get back on reading and finishing The Court of Owls. This is number
Mm.
two that I'm hoping to finish. You know, I did number one, it was spectacular. I just got sidetracked. So I would hope to finish at least two by the end of the year. Oh, and a side note, I am trying to hit 200 for my reading goal this year by my
Where are you
birthday.
at?
So I only need 20 more books. So I'm about to go on vacation. I'm about to like run through these books. So
I'm proud
yeah.
of you.
So
Where did you say
thanks,
you were
B.
at?
Huh? I
Where
only
did
have
you
20 more books
twenty
to
more? Okay.
finish before. Yeah.
Girl,
So
I feel like you're
yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah. Especially when I'm off. Yeah. So hopefully I'll be having one in my ear and one in my eyeball. So yeah. I'll finish because I'm telling you, Killing Stalking Tuesday. I'm gonna be right outside my shop like this when they open. Like, can I have my
I
book now so I can know what happens to my babies?
love do
So
you, that's one thing I need you to like be on. That's gonna be my New Year resolution, I think, is to
what?
keep track of how many books I read for the year.
So you know, a lot of people are shy away from Goodreads, but there's like Storygraph. There's other platforms that help you keep track of your progress. But I
Okay.
just find that I haven't really I'm on Storygram, but I don't use it as much. I wish the only thing with Goodreads is that they did audiobooks separately. But if you are joined Audible or anything like that, Spotify and stuff like that, it tells you
Mhm.
how many hours you've listened to books and how many words you've taken in and everything like that. So I think that's cool. But
Oh, that's cool. They don't keep count of the
but
books you read separate though?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it
Oh, the
does?
ones that are off of Audible, no. So
No,
you
no.
have to use
Uh,
um.
so like, because you said it tells you how many hours you've read and how many
mhm.
words or whatever. Does it not keep track of like each book separate though? Like, does it not count
For
each book you've
for
listened
um
to separate on
for
Audible?
on Audible, no. So like if
Oh,
you didn't listen to it on Audible, it doesn't keep track of any other books. So it's just the ones that you
no.
bought and listened to on Audible. Oh, am I
Okay.
understanding wrong?
No,
My
it's
bad.
okay.
No,
I
I'm
think I'm
sorry. I'm
asking it
stupid.
weird.
No. I'm stupid. So, but
No, you're
Goodreads does that. I don't know.
not.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. But yeah, look into it. Like a lot of people like Storygraph, and I'm maybe
Okay.
gonna like look into that more. But
Okay.
I feel like Goodreads is easy because you can even take like a picture of it and it just pulls it up and then it's there.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah. So all
Okay. I'll
right,
have to do that.
let's go.
Okay, so this one, the next one that I want to get before the end of the year is
Mm-hmm.
Hirayasumi. I know
Okay.
that I butchered that. I'm sorry.
Cute.
But it follows a 29-year-old man named Hiroto. He has no job, no
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend, no plans for the future. He just goes through life carefree. But other people that he interacts with, they have a hard time like understanding the way he lives his life or chooses. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it's him choosing to. I think it may be. I think he just doesn't
Okay.
really have any drive, is how I'm taking it. Um, but in a world, that's full of like depression, anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
grief, people struggling just to make it. But anyway, he ends up befriending this old, like, grumpy lady and
Okay.
inherits her house, I believe, and then like all of these problems that kind of come with it.
Huh.
And at one point, his cousin, who's 18 years old, she's like an art major, moves in with him, and he has to deal with like the stress that she has of like trying to make it, I guess, in that industry and having a hard time and struggling. So it's pretty much like he his conditions kind of change as to how he was living his life carefree.
Yeah.
Um, so we get to see if he ends up staying that way and keeping that, or if
Is this a
his
one shot or a
life is
series, baby?
like. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this one's a one shot or not.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm excited about reading it. I feel like it's
Cute.
different than like a story that I've read before, so it'll be kind of
Okay.
cool to see like his growth and possibly his cousin's growth as well, you know, because they're
Right. And
complete
maybe
opposites.
even like playing, taking certain things from each other, you know?
Yeah,
Like, so no doubt.
yeah,
Nice slice of life, little cutesy book.
yes.
Okay. All right, girl. This so I actually have these books on my shelves. I just been just collecting them. Because I get mad when I can't read the next one. So I just
Yeah,
been kind of like stacking them up. I know that there's a
I love
K-pop
it.
drama of this, but I like reading the books. And then this is Business Proposal 5, 6, and 7. It's fake dating, office dating. You know, you have Corey right there in the yellow. She she works for the dude in the black over there with the other girl.
Okay,
That's her boss. And so she gets herself into so much trouble. That's her best friend that's right here in front of her, the one that
okay,
they're eating with. So her
yeah,
best friend is like this Duchess type. She Her daddy has money. You see what I'm saying? Her daddy wants her
right,
to settle down, so he keeps hooking her up with all these people. Now the dude in the black, he has the same problem. His
okay,
grandfather's like CEO of this company. He's like, I want to leave you the company, but I want you to be happy. Like he was like, I need you to settle down and stop fucking working all the time. This is more,
yeah.
there's more to life. And he's like, fuck all that, and he's like, so her daddy and his grandpa hook each other up.
Oh my
She doesn't
god,
want to go on the date. Okay. She's like,
yeah,
no, I don't want to date nobody. That's not how I want to like, I want to fall in love. I want to like know somebody. I don't want to be hooked up with somebody. So she tells her friend Hardy, can you go on this date with me? I promise I'll pay you, because Hardy's like in debt and stuff like that. So
mhm.
she could use the money. So she's like, go on this date for me and totally fuck it up. Like act a straight asshole when you go on this date, right? Just fuck it up so he'll never call me again. And then the next couple of dates you do that for me too, I'll pay you good, girl. Like win-win. So she ends up going on the date with homeboy, and he's got other plans for her. He's like, nope, you'll do. I don't care how fucking ratchet you are. I'm gonna pick you. We're gonna date. We're gonna pretend to date. So my grandfather will leave me alone. And she's like, what? He goes to find out that's her boss. But he doesn't know because like he's a big CEO of the company. She's like, no, this wasn't supposed to go down like this. So she can't have her best friend come in because he'll know that he set them
Yes,
up. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like
yes.
all these lies on top of each other. Her
Oh
trying
my
to
god.
like fake date this man, but they can't stand each other at first. Like it's just so funny. It's so fucking
Oh my
funny to
god.
me. So yeah.
I want you to watch the K drama of this when you get finished.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes, and let
I
me
heard it's
know.
really cute. I heard it's really cute. I go to work and tell them about this. They were like, "Oh, I watched the K-pop drama." I'm like, whatever.
Girl,
But
I'm
yeah,
telling you, once you get into K drama, you're gonna be hooked.
I know. I already know. Like, and you know me, I ain't got no fucking breaks when it comes to things. So,
It is such a slippery slope. It's so good though. That's really why I want you to watch it.
okay,
So that you'll be introduced into this other world too, so that you can just like be obsessive over it also.
nice. I love it. Thank
And they
you.
have the best like their series that they have, they're usually like
Hmm.
16 episodes and they're like over an hour long.
Okay.
So it's not like one of those like 30-minute and then like you binge and then like you get wrapped up but you wish there was like more, it's
Hmm.
like but all of the episodes end up on a cliffhanger and that really pisses you off too. But
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Cool. All
but yeah.
right, your turn.
Okay.
Oh,
So this one is called crap, what is it? Meet me behind
smoking. It's smoking
Smoke Me
with you
Behind the
behind
Convenience Store.
this. Yeah.
Um so this one is about a salaryman who finds comfort during his visits to the convenience store
Hmm.
through a cashier named Yamada. So he ends up working late one night and decides to head over there to see her. But she's already left for the night. And he decides to have a smoke and ends up meeting this woman named Tayama, I guess. I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry for messing the names up.
You did better than I did.
Invites him behind the store for a smoke, and then that starts off this frequent encounter that they have going
Okay.
forward. So, um, this one is a little different, I feel like, too, than ones that I've read, but I think it'll be cool, like, because you have two people from different walks of life that are bonding
Mm-hmm.
over a habit that they both share.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
A
really
mutual
feel
thing.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like, because you can tell, I mean, Homeboy looks stressed. He looks so stressed. And she just kind of has
For
that
real.
look like, I mean, like, screw life. I'm, you know,
Yeah.
just, just living and doing what I want. Maybe not what she wants, but like she probably has a different outlook on life than he does. And
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like she's probably going to be someone that he can really unwind with and confide in. Um, and that they'll probably have, like this deep special bond, which,
I love it.
yeah,
And
it's
this is
kind
a
of,
series, right? This is this is number
yes,
one to the series, right? Okay.
yes. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it has an anime yet, but I think this may be one that
That gets
has one in the
adapted.
works.
Okay. Okay.
It either has one now
I
or
can
it's
see that.
about to. Yeah.
I can
There's
see that.
I think there's a couple of them that I have in mind that do. But yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. Okay, do you want me to do yours
Mm-mm.
next? No?
No, no,
Okay.
no. Do a couple more.
Okay. So
Ah,
this
cute.
one,
Look at her.
yes, this one's called My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level
Okay.
999. So you already know that it is video
These
game
fucking
based.
these titles, girl, they be killing me.
I know. I love the like really long drawn out ones. The time that I was reincarnated as a businessman who couldn't sell
Yeah.
anything, but then I died and then I was reincarnated again. I just find like the most ridiculous stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So
So this one is a manga also. It follows a college student who gets dumped by her boyfriend. Screw him.
mm-hmm. That
But
part.
they play this MMORPG game together,
Okay.
and so which is a massive multiplayer online role playing game. I think I got
Uh,
all the
girl.
titles in there.
You're gonna
Um,
get all the nerds out here, girl. They're
right?
gonna be like, look at that, you know it.
So, which are like super, those are like super, super fun to play because
Okay.
they're like guild based. Like you have different people like in your little guild who have like a certain type of job to make the guild run.
Okay.
And yeah, and it's all about like connecting and bonding and gaming together. And so anyway, she attends this offline event, I guess, that had already been scheduled, and she meets this boy. He's a high schooler. I really hope that he's like an older high schooler though, because
I was just thinking that. I was like, girl, let her just like right be out of high school, like first year college and shit. No, thank you.
He's emotionless and handsome. His name's Yamada. And she also meets the other members of the guild that she's in,
Okay.
also develops this relationship with them, and starts getting close to them, but mainly homeboy on the left of her. So yeah, I think
Nice.
I'm excited about it.
Cute. And you love things like that. You're a gamer girl yourself.
And
So
anything centered around video games, like
that part.
that. What is it? Love is Hard for an Otaku is like
Yes.
one that I really like,
Kelly
and then
loves that
there's
one too.
it is so
Mm.
good. And then there's another one that's like, oh, I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's based on an MMORPG too, and it's
Okay.
based centers around a female who's an otaku, and she pretty much hates life except for when she goes to, play games, and she ends up meeting this guy that plays too, and it's a whole
Okay.
big little thing. But yeah, so and then my last one is Kimi ni Todake. I'm pretty sure I messed that up. So it's from me to you. So there is a series. They have it in manga, and
Mm-hmm.
then it also has an anime adaptation.
Okay.
Um, and it follows this girl. Her name is Sawako, I think. Let me look. Yes, her real name's Sawako. She's in
Okay.
high school, but she has this super long dark hair. It usually falls in her face. She's doesn't really have much of a figure. She's kind of pale, and so all of the kids have like nickname, or they call her Sadako, like from The Grudge, I think it
Uh,
is. Yeah, it's
Kids are assholes.
it is so sad. And so like anytime she like and she's so like closed off and like to herself, but like the times that she smiles, it's so funny, but it's not. So like when she smiles, you see it from like the other kids like perception, like how they see it.
Okay.
She looks like someone from it's either The Grudge or The Ring. I can't remember. I think it's The Grudge.
Okay.
It makes her look like that. So they all think that yes, it's so
Kids
pitiful.
are fucking assholes. She
Hard, but
should she should
she
stomp
ends
them
up
out like on the
meeting
Grudge.
she ends up meeting this really sweet, cute, popular boy that everybody likes, and
Hmm.
he ends up like befriending her, and then he like falls in love with her, but she's so kind of like oblivious, bless her heart, because she's never really had
Because
any
she's always, yeah, she's
interaction
never
with
like,
life.
yeah.
Yeah, and
So
of course she like befriends like the two like delinquents in school.
dead ass.
I love it.
But they're probably fucking legit though. You got these
They
other kids that
are.
are, you know,
Yes,
and then you
they do
got the
so
delinquents is
good.
that really fucking value her friendship and shit. So
They treat her so good. They're so good to her. They're so protective of her, and they call her on her crap too, of
okay,
like not
yeah,
having more confidence in herself. So,
okay,
so that's what that series is about. This is like a spin-off one shot, I
mm,
believe, called Soulmate, and
okay,
follows, um, it follows one of the characters,
okay,
in that group, and like I guess like her journey to like finding her happiness or whatever.
okay.
And I want to say this is the story of her rival because that guy that fell in
Oh,
love or
okay,
whatever with her, he used to go to middle school with this other girl that was super popular and pretty, everybody wanted to be with and loved, but she had a crush on him because he was super popular, everyone loved him, but he was so nonchalant and didn't let it go to his head.
okay.
But then she moves
And
to
that's
that high
even cuter.
school and he has already like found Sawako, and
Yeah.
she's not competition, pretty much thinks that she can steal him back or whatever, and things don't go
Oh,
as planned.
okay,
So I'm not sure if that's the one, if this is the one that this one's following, but yeah. But if you have not read, or I haven't read all of From Me to You, that's one that I
okay.
want to finish out because the manga goes further than where the anime ends.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
So like their story continues on. So I really want to read from that point. But yeah, it is
Nice.
such a good anime to watch. Though like it'll, I feel like it'll make you like pee yourself laughing. It has so
I'm
many
dead.
good.
You know what I was thinking about? That one video that you sent me when you were watching the one where the space like that space girl was in that egg. And you remember he went to
Girl,
sleep and like knocked him in the head.
that
The way you laughed
is
when
so
she woke
good.
when he
I
woke up and
can't.
she was still there. I was dead. I was just laughing at you when you fucking saw that she was still there.
It is so good. I can't. I can watch that over and over again. I need to send you another clip of where the girl that because they're like in elementary school or whatever. In elementary school with
Uh-huh.
so she gets roped into working in a bar at night.
What
They
the
roped her to
fuck?
work in this bar, so she's like serving drinks and stuff. Like her sister goes to this bar, so
Not
she
her
has
being
to
able to really.
she's like hide her identity. She doesn't even want to do it, but like the manager of the bar keeps like keeps talking her into it. She like makes all this money, like moves out of her house. Her mom's like,
Not
"What in
her
the
being
world
in
is going
kindergarten
on?"
to do it better than me. Knock it off.
It is so ridiculous, and she's like falling asleep in
Embarrassing.
class because she's working these late nights in the bar. It is so I can't. Yeah, and that's part of that same show. It's so good, so good. But I don't know who
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look at who came up with that. That whole
I'm dead.
concept, the shenanigans are
I'm dead.
priceless.
Uh, Here we go. Some more BL. So, you know what? Don't judge me. So, we have this manga. I think it was a webtoons at one time. Systematic
Yes.
Error. You have some college students. They were on, they, they're on a project together. And So this guy right here, the dark hair guy in the cap right here, he
Mm.
basically does all the work. And the
Okay.
dude back there and that's blowing the bubble in the back,
Bubblegum,
he
yes.
actually he doesn't show up to class. Like he's like a model or something like that. He doesn't show up to class, but he still wants like the credit for the things that he did, but he really didn't do anything. So homeboy's like, fuck that. I'm turning it in. Only my name on it. Fuck him. So he wasn't able to graduate. So he had to retake that last semester. So they're not cool. Like, and then he goes, the guy that's blowing the bubble makes his life hell for not having his back, even though they don't really know each other, you know? So it's basically like enemies to lovers, like just,
That's
you know,
hilarious.
so
Not him being
yeah.
entitled.
Yeah. And then he's just like, he doesn't understand like why, from what I understand, he doesn't understand like why he didn't give him the credit, even though he wasn't there. He didn't show up for the
Yeah.
presentation. He had to do all the shit by himself. So he's like, man, fuck him, you know. So he's not thinking that he'll ever see this dude again. And then he comes back the next semester, and then
Yeah.
it's just from there. So then this next one, it has these two books right here. They don't come out
Mhm.
until the last week of December. But like I said, I'll
Okay.
be on vacation, so I could probably fit these two in. And the metalhead next door, you know, I think it's just like they're neighbors, and then they ended up like spending time together, if I can remember
Mhm.
right. And I think this is just a one shot. Now, this other one, the worst
Okay.
soulmate ever, is I hope it's not the Omega verse. I think it may be, and that's those books are always hit and miss with me. This may
Yes.
be his, you know, like those Omega, like where you have
Beta, omega,
the
alpha.
beta, yeah,
Yes.
and they can get very, very fucking rapey at times, you know.
Yes.
So it's very
Girl, I
hit or miss
know.
with me. So yeah, so I'm hoping that this one isn't. So this
Hmm.
is their debut. This is the first, you know. So I'm gonna pick it up and see how it goes. So yeah, but he's already
Yeah.
looking like a little forceful, and he doesn't look too
Yeah,
happy. So
right?
I'm just like, well, we'll
I
see.
know. But that
But
blush, I
yeah,
mean, he kinda looks like
right.
he maybe like it. Like,
Right? And I
yeah.
thought maybe he was a vampire too, like the way that he's like, you know, I was like, what
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah. Mm.
So I'm not too sure.
I
So
know
yeah,
that the whole like omega stuff, it's
mm-hmm.
because they really they're taking that from like an animalistic perspective, like
Yes.
that
Yeah.
animal instinct,
Right.
like the pecking order, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much.
And I totally
Uh,
get it. And I like it
yeah,
that anybody can get pregnant. Like it doesn't matter what gender you are, you can get pregnant. I'm down with that. But it's
yeah,
just a whole like forcing
yes,
yourself on somebody and stuff
yes,
like that. Like I'm like,
and
okay,
that's
we're not animals. Like, you know,
right.
we're not.
But
So
that's how they treat it. Like, but
mm-hmm.
when it's humans, it's it's a complete different.
Exactly.
It's a completely
Right.
different thing. But
Right.
yeah, so
So
I can see why that would be very hit or miss because they do. I mean, I've read one that was like because that's the sole purpose is like inseminating
mm-hmm.
and having like
Yeah.
air and
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Um,
And then like the alphas are
and all
treated like top dog and shit like
that.
that. The betas are just kind of there, but it's the omegas that have like the hardest time because of the
Yes,
fact that they give off the pheromones. They don't want to, but they attract
and
the
everybody.
alpha, you know,
Uh,
and it gets very, very scary for them at times. There's
yeah,
only one series that I followed that I like the way that they did it. I can't remember their names, the two boys. So one's a, Omega, one's a, the Omega, he reminds me of what's his name from Demon Slayer, the boar. You know how he's always like trying to
yeah.
fight people and
Well,
shit.
yeah,
That he
yes,
has that energy. He has his energy, and then the alpha actually has like Tandro energy. Like he's like tries to
okay.
get along with everybody, tries to be a good male, and then
Yeah,
like they fall for each other. They have like a situation where they end up like stuck in a room together, like that one bed situation, you know. And then they ended up being together, but they're trying to like get back to square one with each other, you know, like get to know each other, you know, love
yeah.
each other the right way, you know. So I enjoyed that one. But the rest of them, like Love is an Illusion, don't come for me. That one is fucking rapey, okay? Don't
Yeah.
come for me, okay? So but yeah, I think that's
Yay!
it, right? Yeah.
I'm
This is so
excited
much fun. I had so much fun, Ninja.
too. We have to. This has to be one that we do every year. I think.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm down. So yeah. So it was like we said, it was just like a challenge that I saw going around on YouTube, and I was like, hey, this looks hella easy. Looks fun.
Mhm.
And I was like, MJ, can we do this, please? And she's like, yeah. So yeah. But we hope that you guys liked it.
I
And,
know.
you guys can leave us comments. We want to see what you guys want to read before the end of the year. I watched a few people do this and I'm like, okay, so
Yeah,
good luck to anybody that's trying to like get these last books in before the end of the year, hit your goals. And even if you don't, as long as you're having fun reading and shit like that, it's not a fucking race. It's
right.
You're supposed to enjoy what you're reading and stuff and what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
It should never feel like work.
yeah, no, no, not at all. So yeah.
Oh, I do want to
Mhm.
show just one more really quick.
Yes, get
Um,
it.
actually, two more. So I'm not gonna get it finished before the end of the year, but I would really like to get it finished
Let me
maybe
see.
before January's over. Um, okay, The Divine Comedy.
Okay.
I have tried, and it's not because it's not good. It is. I just think the times that I've tried it, those points in my life, have been good points to start it. But my head wasn't fully
Okay.
there,
Is that a Barnes and
to
Nobles
focus.
edition?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I'm not gonna have to restart it because I restarted it fairly recently. So I
Hmm.
want to at least get through the first installment, the first
Okay.
book in this trilogy
Okay.
before the end of January. So that's
Okay.
one of mine. And then
Love it.
my Sheena, who is my heart and soul, she
Let's go. Let's go.
sent me the entire series, and so I've actually started on this one. I think maybe a couple of chapters in at least, hopefully, but I
Hmm.
want to get this one finished before the end of January also
Nice.
because
Nice.
I'm
Because
liking
we're
what I've
supposed to be doing our girl edition on
yeah.
the court book. So yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Be looking out for that because we about to show our asses when we do this. Okay.
So
So
I'm
yeah,
excited.
love it.
So
I
those are the
love
other
it.
two.
Absolutely love it. So yeah,
So thank
that's
you
it.
guys for tuning in. For everyone who
Yes.
checks the replay, everybody else, f you. You know how I feel about that. I'm just kidding.
It's just so aggressive at the end.
But if you end up deciding to
Yeah.
come back, and check it, then I'll forgive you. But
Yep.
please, like Sheena was saying, please, 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 in the comments, leave us some of your recs that you want to try and
Yeah.
finish before the end of the year. And even if it's something you don't think you can get finished, still leave
Yeah.
it so that we can,
Yeah.
you know,
We're
we
rooting
can
for
take
you.
recommendations from you too. And it may be
Hmm.
something that we may want to
We
check out
never even
also.
heard before, so don't be intimidated. Tell us shit, so we can
Yeah,
put it on the endless TBR, and maybe you'll teach us a thing or two. Shit, we don't know.
right.
So
So thank you. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Sheena, I don't know which one it is.
I think it's the pink one. Whatever.
One,
It
yeah.
wouldn't be us if we didn't fuck up somewhere.
Pink one. Is it this one?